advantage. If I can actually pull a disarm on you while I'm doing cartwheel, I can do this too. Because this kind of gun disarm is so popular, your opponent has seen it too. So you tend to run into three kind of responses from your opponent who's expecting you to do something like that. The responses will be along these lines here. The first thing that will happen, you try to think you're sweet, grab the gun, they'll move the gun and shoot you, okay? Boom, boom. You see that? It's a U pattern shot. You run yourself into the shot, to the bullets, and now you're wearing a U on your chest. You look like underdog. Some of you are too young to get that joke. It's funny. All right. Now, the other thing that happens is when you're doing the basic handshake type gun disarm, all right, is that they'll block it and they'll shoot you. You go here and then boom, that happens. And then the neighborhood special. Most of you haven't seen this except for those of you in the neighborhood. All right. The neighborhood special goes like this. Boom and bop. All right. That's messed up. Okay. Okay. We expect those kind of movements when they're standing still and also when they're displacing, meaning they'll be going backwards. Okay? When they're moving away from you, it looks like this. You reach for it, they'll be moving away from you while firing and going backwards. And it looks like this. Boom, 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 boom. They keep firing like that. Okay? Same type of thing. They'll do the same thing, but they're moving backwards. They'll block, shoot you, moving backwards. Bam, bam, bam. See that? They shoot you in the leg, you know. You wind up doing the funky. Getting hit in the leg and you wind up doing these moves, it's not beautiful. You don't want to do that. Okay? Now, the third one is when they're moving backwards. It's a neighborhood special. You know, the neighborhood two-piece. You guys know what I'm talking about from the neighborhood. All right? They'll go for the gun and bing, back up and boom, boom, you get shot. You see that? See the distance displacing us right here? See all of that? None of you are prepared for that. None of you take those kind of resistance as far as your basic understanding is concerned. We automatically take that as part of our default expression. So, the first things we do, instead of doing this, where we get shot, we angle out, we chain our muscle groups together in the kinetic chain, we move our upper body out of the way, we move the gun and ourselves in opposite directions, manipulate them along the width line, and it forces the musculature and the mind to realign while we close on our opponent, okay? Instead of doing this, we don't do that, instead we do that. Once again, slowing it down so you can see it. We do this. That's the inside left crossover step. We also do the lunge, which we do this. That's the first part. Okay? We do not do this where our hands pass in front of the guns. The next thing that we do with this movement is we seek to manipulate the upper and lower body at the same time. I'm turning here. Alright? I'm going to go both sides, okay? I'm going to go both sides. I'm going to go here, boom, and I'm going to go here, boom. So you can look at both sides, alright? The key here is you're going to manipulate here, boom. You're going to get both hands on the gun, but you're going to keep driving into your opponent. You get both hands on the gun, but you're going to drive into the opponent. You're going to use your knee, your legs, everything to hit the upper body and drive him back, move him back. Because it's very important. See the distance that they're displaced? It's very important that you do this because there will frequently be a size disparity between you and the opponent. The person with the gun and you might look like this. And you can't reach up here like you normally could, but you can reach the gun and reach the rest of them. And that's what you do. You also miss some of the critical basic concepts that we utilize here. Okay? From Anansi, from Oshun, from Agayu, you know, the Udangan Yifu, which is also known as the Malicia. You're not aware of that. We apply this, so when the gun comes, you're here. The first thing you do when you move out the way here, you're down, you're not so big as a opponent, you move out of the way, boom, you hit here, you drive, and the very same in Goya, Udangan Yifu, the dance of deception, which is called the Ginga in Brazil, all right, that so many of you talk bad about, it's highly effective here. It's right here. It's highly effective here. You got both hands on the gun, you're here, you wind up using your Ginga, turning this movement here and biting. You get your head buddy in, right, and pull away. All right? Your opponent cannot draw a bead on you, but you've got them dead to rights. You pulled away from them. Your opponent can't draw a bead on you. You got them dead to rights. Okay? You can do that from the outside or the inside, or from going straight at them. So it looks like this. All right? We went from right side here, but now to the left, same thing. For the same type of movement here. All right? And then we're going to go under right here with this into here. Now, Many of you are going to say, hey, you know what? You didn't get control of the gun. What I was doing this here for is so I can exaggerate the importance of the movements. When you turn here, you're manipulating them along the width zone. When you pull down or up, you're manipulating their height. It takes them that much longer to get back to you. So if you mess around and screw up, which happens in real life, if you do this and you screw up, they're going to be backing up and trying to defend, like you just saw her just do. You're backing up, trying to defend, going to duck under your belt to get into your scramble right away, which is the same thing you see us doing when we do this. I'm going to do this movement right here like this. You've seen this movement before, you just didn't know what was going on. We're doing this right here, that. The type of thing you see happens let me show you here. The type of things you see happen here, that's what we're doing. We're already aware that our opponent might be armed, and we might have to do our level changes and close in upon our opponent and take control of their limbs. Those of you who don't think we're doing so just simply don't know enough about history and haven't weaponized your vocabulary of movement enough to be able to see that this type of movement here, that what I just did there, is highly effective and allows you to get the weapon and control it. Now I'm looking at you. You know that if it was the other way around, it wouldn't be good for my opponent. Now another thing that happens is this, okay? In the midst of the scramble, which we assume every single firearm situation to be, okay? When you get through here, boom like this, get you drive in. If you're not tall enough to get to them, here, trying to bite them, get push off, they're pushing you here. You get control, you can get a shot off here. But what if you don't? What if you wind up dropping the gun? They wind up dropping the gun, and now you have to race toward the gun. Okay, this is where the unique ground movements of Muntu, miscalled Capoeira, are highly, highly effective here. So, because we're here, your assailant can see the gun, I can see the gun. We wind up transitioning through our movements here. Driving here, I can turn through here, driving through the gun again. You know, right here, we're going through it. See how they turn over here, you turn over the other way. See that? Boom. Now that, ladies and gentlemen, all right, which is simply what you've seen us practice before. We're going to here, and then we do. That's what we're practicing. The other thing we do, you've seen us do, when you got the gun here, boom, got a disarm, boom, the gun's on the ground over here. You wind up scrambling forward. You wind up actually grappling here. They see it going, you're going forward. You want to pull it out the way. Where did you see that from? That's what that is. Okay, when they have actually tried to get to the gun, they got the jump on, you go. Walk turning here, the ground turning this way. Now watch what's happening here. The very same cartwheel that you guys said don't work, turning the weapon away, boom, turning away, bam, bam, bam. It works fine. What's happened is you haven't trained your technique so that you have a functional, broad vocabulary of movement that allows you to deal with the scramble in a way that is unorthodox, a way that's difficult for your assailant to predict and be prepared for. If you have any questions or comments, please leave it at the end of this video or contact me at attaxgymcapoeira@gmail.com. That's one word, it's right here. attaxgymcapoeira@gmail.com. Okay? Thank you very much for your time. This is T. I'm head coach Ross. Ashe Muntu.